Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to make IR remote based password protected system. So here we are going to use a IR remote to enter the password, and if the password is correct, the RGB will show a green light, and if the password is wrong, the RGB will show red light. So it's a simple version of a passwords protected system, a security system. So let us see the components required. We need a breadboard, an Arduino Uno board, an IR receiver, RGB LED, IR remote, and some connecting wires. So let us do the connections. So first of all, we will place the RGB LED on the breadboard. So we will connect the red pin of the RGB to pin 5 of the Arduino, the green pin to pin 6, and the blue pin to pin 7. And then we will connect the ground pin to the ground of the Arduino. Next, we will place the IR TSOP 1738. Place it on the breadboard. So we will connect the output pin to pin number 11, the ground pin to the ground, and the VCC pin to the 5V pin of the Arduino. So this is all about the connections. Now we will upload the code. So let us now discuss the code. So first, here we have included the IR remote library. Then we have defined the IR pin connected to pin 11 of the Arduino. And then we have defined the RGB pins red, green and blue. Below we have defined the IR button codes. This value represents the code sent by the IR remote. Here button 1 and 2 are used for numeric input, and the power button acts as a submit or the enter keys. These codes are obtained from the serial monitor by IR testing. So whenever you are doing the project, first you upload the code, press the button in the IR remote and check the values in the serial monitor, and then you do the changes accordingly. These codes may change according to the remotes, so always first check the values and then enter it in the command. So then we have created some variables for the password. So first is the password array that will store the correct password sequence, and then enter that will store the user entered digit, index to track the current input position, and pass length, which is equal to 4, defines the total number of digits in the password. So the password will be of 4 digits. Now inside the void setup, we have declared the RGB pins as output. We have called the setColor function, which we will discuss later, to turn off the RGB at the beginning. And then we have initialized the serial communication with the baud rate of 9600. We have initialized the IR library, and then we have print this message IR password system in the serial monitor. So now inside the void loop, first we will check if any signal is received from the IR remote or not, and if the signal is received, we will extract the command value from the IR data and store it in the variable, and then display it in the serial monitor in hexadecimal format. And then we are using an if-else condition for the to control the buttons, that if the button 1 is pressed, we will use the store digit function to store the value 1. Similarly, if button 2 is pressed, we will store the digit 2, and if the power button is pressed, we will check the password, and then we will reset the IR receiver for receiving the next signal. Now, outside the void loop, we are going to make a function store digit to store the values entered by the user. So here we have used an argument number. So here first we will use an if condition to prevent buffer overflow, and then save the digit and increment the index. Then we are using the setColor function to blink the blue LED that will indicate successful digit entry, and then display the number in the serial monitor. Then we have used one more function, check password, to check the password entered by the user. First we will create a boolean variable correct, which will be true if the password is correct and it will be false if the password is wrong. So initially we are keeping it true with the assumption that the user has entered the correct password. Then using a for loop, we will check each of the digit entered by the user, and if the digit mismatch, we will set the correct false. Then we are using an if condition. Then if the user enters the correct password, we will turn on the green LED and print access granted. And if the password is wrong, we will print access denied, and we will also blink the red LED thrice. And then we will reset the input. This means we will call the reset input function. Now inside this is the reset input function. We will clear all the previous input and reset the index. And lastly, we have the setColor RGB function that we use to change the RGB LED color by using the analog light function. It is used to enable color mixing and smooth transition. So once the coding is done, you click on Tools, select the board as Arduino Uno, select the required COM port, and then click on Upload. Your code will be uploaded to your Arduino board.
Now we will show you the output. Now if I press 1, 2, 1, 2, which is the password, and I press the button, it's showing the RGB is showing green light, means access granted. And if I press any other button, 4, 8, 2, 2, you can see now if I press the wrong password, it's showing red light, which is access denied. So on giving the correct password, it shows green light, and on giving the wrong password, it shows red light. And also when the buttons 1 and 2 I am pressing, it's showing blue light. That means the correct buttons are pressed. That's the output. Thank you.